So you want to create a sensory safe space at home? This is it. This is your guide. Guys, welcome back to the Ask Me World. My name is Dan and I have autism and ADHD, and I make videos all about this stuff every single week. So if you're new out here and you want to learn more, remember to hit that subscribe button by clicking the notification bell, and don't forget to download my free Autism Life Hacks PDF book from autismhacks.net. This video is brought to you today by Brillia, but more about that in a while. Okay, so I wanted to put together a kind of how-to guide into making a sensory safe space, because in today's fast-paced world, people with autism are always forgotten about when it comes to sensory needs. Typically, I'm not talking about adults on the spectrum and some of the kind of aging teenagers. One of the things I always find is that the teenagers and the older people have no sensory safe space, or a place where they go to find sensory seeking or sensory deprivation. So I've listed out a lot of ways where you could kind of create this type of environment at home, and I'm going to go through each one of those right now, so buckle up. Okay, so the first one right here is finding the right space. So when you're thinking about creating a sensory space, you want to try and find a spot in your house or a room in your house that you could actually use. I know a lot of people use their spare rooms, so if you have a spare room, that's great, but a lot of the time, you know, the spare rooms aren't always easy to come by. But a corner of a room, like right in the corner of a room, would be a good place. You could like triangulate like a sheet or a cloth or something to hang down, and you have a corner where you can go in and use that as your sensory safe space. So the first thing to do is identify a spot or a place. Even a pop-up tent like an indoor wigwam or something like that would really do well. So the next thing is choosing calming colors. Now what you don't want is a lot of crazy shocking colors that are going to stimulate you or overstimulate you. You want things to be calming and the tones to be right. So choosing the right tone is quite simple. You just choose things that aren't electrifyingly shocking. You choose nice soft tones of color. And you can do these by just going onto Google and typing in something like soft color tones, and use those in your design of what you put in there. So if it's pillows or whatever, then you find those things in those colors. So the next thing is adding comfortable seating. When you're in a sensory space, you want to feel comfortable. You don't want it to be agitating, because the reason you're going in there is to escape agitation or irritation and triggers in the non-sensory safe spaces. So having cushions and blankets and pillows, or even a nice comfy chair that you know is super comfy and dead calming to you, that you can put inside that corner or in that spare room or whatever it is you're doing in terms of your sensory safe space, that is going to give you instant comfort that's going to make you feel so much more relaxed as soon as you're sitting on that chair. Okay, so incorporating textures is a good one. A lot of people like to have like tactile experiences, can help a person relax. So you may have different things like soft blankets and plush pillows and shaggy rugs to give the sensory space texture, because those things have different types of textures. You could have like a very coarse type of like rug or a throw that you put on the floor that you could definitely use, or you could have a very soft, squishy, kind of squishmallow type of teddy bear or toy that you could have in there and use it as a pillow, or even one of those like memory foam pillows that's really soft and just sensory soothing, because it's all about a sensory experience that's going to make you feel better and calmer when you use those places. Okay, so the next one is using lighting. Now, dimming the lights and having kind of like this type of lighting behind me, which is like a strip light, an LED strip light, because you can control the brightness, the tone, the warmth. You can pretty much pick any color you want, because this is a way to create a lighting environment, or an environment that's well lit for you, that you don't feel sensory triggered. Because a lot of the time, I've been in places that have like really bright lights, like superstores and other kind of office buildings, and those buildings have awful lights that are not sensory accommodating. So you want to make your sensory safe space super accommodating for you. So make sure you pick the right lighting. Another tip is actually to have lava lamps and that kind of stuff. You can also get like bubble tube lights and other types of calming lights for your sensory space. Another one is aromatherapy. A lot of people miss this one out, but you can buy lovely diffusers from Amazon very cheaply and buy some little oils that go in, like essential oils that go in, and those essential oils can be like lavender and kind of like very calming scents that you can put into the diffuser that diffuse around the space, and when you breathe it in, it helps you relax more, because diffusers are great, and also aromatherapy is really helpful. And another tip is to just try a little bit of the oil on some of the pillows, so that when you do lay down and you smell that oil, it makes you feel relaxed, you feel a little bit better, and everything's pretty awesome. Another one is incorporating sounds. Now, one thing that autistic people like is sensory calming noises. One thing I found is when I'm playing Minecraft, the music in Minecraft is really sensory pleasing. Just play them in that sensory space. So you've got really nice sensory sound playing, you've got nice sensory smells going on, and the lighting is there, and it's a sensory heaven. This video is brought to you by Brillia, and this is this week's sponsor. Brillia are absolutely fantastic. It's a homeopathic non-prescription medication medication that I take every single day, and this helps with all kinds of stuff. I initially started taking it for anxiety, but it's actually helped me increase my focus. And so by doing that, I wanted to work with Brillia a lot more, and I think that's why it's valuable to put here to tell you about it. So Brillia helps, Brillia for adults and Brillia for children, as well as some other homeopathic remedies for like cold and flu. But the main thing I use it for is to reduce feelings of like stress and anxiety and irritability and impulsivity, and just help me focus a little bit more and have some more clarity in my life. Having ADHD and autism actually really kicks me when I'm trying to do work. I'm trying to write like blog pieces, or I'm trying to write my books, or I'm trying to create videos, and it's hard to get that focus to just really laser sharp focus on something like this. So thank you to Brillia for sponsoring this video. There is a link where you can get 15% off using the discount code ASPY15 if you want to try out Brillia. Now I do recommend, if you're going to try out Brillia, talk to your doctor first, because obviously taking any kind of medication, you know, want to consult your doctor first for your conditions. But definitely check out Brillia. The link is in the description down below. I highly recommend checking it out. Now, the other things to incorporate would be things like squishy stress balls and fidget toys, and things that may be like fiber optic fidget toys and stuff that's like sensory pleasing for sensory seekers, but also something that's also very calming, like, you know, like the bubble egg timers that kind of drip that little oily bubbly stuff inside water. That is super awesome, and they're all the best tips I can give you right now to make a sensory space. I want to know what your sensory safe space looks like. Drop a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about it. I read every single comment, and like this video if you think it's going to help somebody. Share it on Facebook and Twitter. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.